Welcome to another episode of
Talk, Heal, Evolve. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Ebony.
Ebony, let's take them on a journey of healing and self-discovery.
Yes.
Grab your seat.
Wrap yourself in a cozy blanket.
Don't forget that journal.
And prepare to dive into conversations that nurture the soul.
I think it's time to create intentional space for growth and evolution.
Girl, you ready?
Let's get into it.
Welcome to another episode of Talk, Heal, Evolve. Oh, I'm excited.
You should be.
Oh, Stephanie, girl, I'm excited about the topic today.
What are we talking about, Ebony?
Oh, not you asked me. She threw it back over here. Okay. So,
what are we talking about? Let's title this episode. What's the title of this episode?
What do you bring to the table? Let me tell you something. If I'm ever on a date, okay, and a man asks me what I bring to the table,
check, please.
Check, please.
For him, because he seems to be bringing shit to the table. I ain't got nothing. You got to ask me. For him.
What do you bring to the table?
Such a basic ass question for a basic ass dude or
mediocre,
woman, right?
At its finest.
I can't even. Let's get into it.
So
when they talk about relationships nowadays, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So the two main trending things that we hearing are high value men, 50-50 relationship.
Traditional woman,
right? What
versus,
even is that? What's a high value man? Like, what are the people saying a high value man is?
Ooh, girl, they said a high value man is somebody that makes six figures. I feel like, and that's with a period.
Right, which is bogus.
Mind blown.
Yes.
Hate the conversation.
But let's have it.
So
where did that even come from?
Honestly, when I think about it, I don't know exactly where it came from, but I think who brought it to the forefront and made it popular for social media?
Yeah.
It's Kevin Samuels.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And he was strong about it too, right?
Very strong.
And I think that's how he amassed the following. Because you got these men on board who were like, yeah, and I think it was really a shield for them because I don't make six figures. So what does that even mean? Like, that's not, what do you bring to the table? So it was really turning the tables back.
Right.
To really like, why do you want that? What do you have that's good enough to deserve me? You know? How has it evolved since he really, because he's not here, right?
He's not here anymore.
So how has that conversation evolved? And it's trickled down to so many different spaces.
Oh, man, we hear it so much.
How has that evolved?
I think it's just rhetoric, but...
Absolutely, of course.
The conversation just goes in circles as far as men asking women, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah.
Men sitting down with women to tell them or to belittle them in a way of... I was listening to a podcast some time ago, and it was like, what do you bring to the table? And then she says, well, I cook and I clean. And then he's like, but I can hire somebody to do that.
Yeah.
Well, why the fuck did you ask the question?
Right.
Excuse my language. But it's like, what's so interesting is that the conversation separates us more than it actually brings us together as men and women.
Yeah, because you really aren't looking for an answer.
Right.
I feel like a lot of the questions are so that you can feel yourself, Well, you don't deserve that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
What do you do to deserve that? And I think that there are a lot of characteristics that people associated with a quote-unquote high-value man.
Yes.
So let's talk about some of those characteristics, right? Because every time I've heard that question posed, it's like, well, I make six figures. I have my own home. I have a cleaning lady, and I can get a chef or I can eat out. What do I need you for? So when we think about characteristics of a high value man, and what we've heard throughout all these podcasts and even in common conversation, like I'm overhearing so much, I don't really engage because I just feel like it's beneath me. But
girl, say it again. Because
what are these characteristics that they're labeling a high value man? Like, he makes six figures. What else?
Absolutely, he makes six figures. He has a car. He has a house or a high-rise apartment. He can get a maid, or he can get a he said he got a chef, but he got somebody to come in every now and again.
Right, because it's not
because it's definitely not good.
Not on six figures.
Not.
Yeah. So if those are the things that you want to attain, he's then turning that question on what are women bringing to the table,
Right?
Which I think is a loaded question.
It's a loaded question for sure, and I think it's only loaded for those who are beneath them, though, right? Because how do you ask that to a woman who's on your level or above?
Right. Well, I think that an insecure man would ask that, or one
Very
who
much
hasn't
so.
paid attention to you, right?
A broken man.
Because right. Because if you're asking me that question, that means that you don't see anything in me. So why are we even having this conversation?
And then asking it on the first date or the first encounter.
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah.
And you know what? That's the key thing, though. I should never have to tell you what value I bring to the table.
Yeah.
That's something for you to seek, because if you are dating someone and you can't spot the value that they bring into your life, you should be walking away.
Right.
Because I can tell you anything you want to hear, if that's what you want to hear.
Right.
But
that doesn't mean it's there.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's crazy too, because I also feel like they ask these questions with no intention of dating or even trying to, figure out that person. So you're saying, if you can't
want to
see,
argue.
Right. That's what it is. Because why am I convincing you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just weird to even have that conversation. But when they do have the conversation, what issues does this myth of a high value man bring?
What issues for me in general, or just like for the public?
Just for men. What issues for men? And then let's talk about what issues for women having that expectation of a high value man.
Okay, so issues for men. One, we live in a society where for men of color, it's not attainable for everyone to create six figures in their life. Just because it's a mindset, right? And a lot of people don't even have the mindset to think six figures and have the creativity to go out there and
in
get
a legal way.
That part. But do whatever you do. This is a no judgment space.
Son, don't.
But then also, I think it gives such false ego, because not you just obtain six figures and you think you're doing something.
Yeah.
Because there are men, honey, and men of color, strong black men who are healed and healing, who are doing amazing things in this world, who have surpassed you. How dare we even put the limitation that a high value man stops at six?
Right. Or even starts at six.
Stop, please.
That's crazy. So I also think it puts pressure too, right?
Yes.
So even if you aren't there yet, like you feel like this is what you need to have, so by any means necessary,
you're going to do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do to gain that, because you think that there are benefits that come with having six figures.
Exactly.
And my guy, it's 2024. Six figures really isn't doing that much, because a lot of times when people say six figures, they're thinking $100,000.
Basic bottom line.
To be real.
Basic bottom line.
And there's a whole range there.
Listen.
I mean, $1 million. You can be making 99999.
Listen.
Right? So it's not really doing much in 2024. So even having the mindset to go along with that six figures is like what's needed, but it puts unnecessary strain and pressure on the man, and then therefore his mindset and relationships.
Absolutely. And then for the women, because some of the women that are asking for a man to have six figures, who still stay at home with their parents.
Yeah.
Inside of the basement with no job.
Yeah.
Looking like a...
Yes, that part.
So I think that the expectations... Oh, because that was a word in my spirit.
I'm like, wait for it.
The expectations that we have for people is crazy.
Yes.
Especially when you don't have those same expectations for yourself.
Wow.
Because you don't even expect that out yourself, but you're going to expect it from someone else?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah.
So when you think like that, though, I would be the man like, well, what do you bring to the table? Ma'am, what are you doing with yourself?
Right.
What are you doing with your life?
Energy.
It gives that energy because for you to look for things that are so outside of who you are, and you're not even striving to become those things, how dare you ask that of someone else? Who are you? It's levels to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I think it does bring toxicity in relationships.
Sure.
Unnecessarily, too.
For sure. And within people, not even just the relationship, right? But even if that's the first thing you're asking on a date, I'm out. Because I can already see where your mindset is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's weird.
So my question really is, right? So we talk about high value men.
Yeah.
What's a low value man?
Some of these high value men.
Period. Period.
Listen.
Period.
Some of these, I got money, but I'm broken.
Yes.
Some of these, I got money, but I'm not healed. Some of these, I don't even get along with my mama, let alone I hate women.
Yeah. Some of these, I got money and I don't even know what to do with it. So
some of these, I make 6 figures, but I still live check to check.
Correct. This is what I'm saying.
So, the mentality of it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's talk about what we think our idea of a high value man is.
So I think high value, a man is anything that I would consider in a high value item, right? So something I'm willing to pay for.
Okay, word. Listen,
something
quality.
Hello, hi. Something I'm willing to pay for has to have quality.
Yes.
It has to be well made.
Yes.
Right? So it's of some substance. It has to be able to go through some things, right? Because that bag is going in the carrier, it's going in the trunk of a plane, a car, wherever, right? It's going to take some beat ups, but how are you coming out, right? So are you maintaining everything that's inside of you after you done been through some things? Yeah. What are some qualities that you look for in a high value?
Girl, you named them. High quality. Let me tell you something. The best quality I can find, not the best, but one of the best qualities I can find in my man is one that inspires me by just being who he is.
Yeah.
Like, you're not doing anything but just being who you are.
Yeah.
And it's inspiring.
Yeah.
Baby, high value.
Yeah.
A man with substance, we can sit and talk for hours about any and everything. Yeah. Baby, high quality.
High quality.
A man with a good heart. I need you to be a good man, not a nice man.
Ooh.
Not a yes man.
Let them know the difference.
Listen.
Because I feel you. But can they hear you? What is the difference between a good man and a nice man?
A good man,
yeah,
he's doing things from his heart.
Yeah.
He's doing it with, he doesn't even need anything or want anything in return. Yeah. Right? He's just a good man. He's there to push you, lead you, be with you, be a partner, whatever that looks like in your relationship. Yeah. A nice man is a yes man. He's doing everything to please people, to be a people pleaser. Right. A nice man is an insecure man. A good man is an assured man. Yeah. He is so sure of himself. Yeah. Ooh, girl.
You don't even think about what he's doing.
Don't even think of it's natural. It's natural.
Right. A nice man doing nice things for the drawers. Right?
Listen.
A quality man is one who can communicate. Right? So let's say you do make these 6 figures, but baby, this month I don't got it. You got me? Okay, great. We're going to double back later. Or, you know what I'm saying?
That part.
I'm not feeling that great this week. I really don't want to blah, blah, blah. Or, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Can you communicate well?
Can you?
Because if you can't, then what are we even doing? You could have all the money, but if I can't talk to you, I can't trust you.
That part.
What are we even doing?
That part.
So
I'm your right hand.
I'm
your right hand.
Yeah.
I should be the person that you come to when you... Ooh, girl, listen. Because the way these conversations out here be set up, I just be like, I walk away.
They're not saying nothing.
They're not saying nothing. Oh, I want to be a traditional person. Da, da, da. Yes, I want my children to be homeschooled.
Yes.
I'm not the teacher. I'm part-time teacher, and we bring other people in. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I still bring so much value and knowledge I can build from anywhere. My creativity will never stop. I will never just be a possession of someone that you can sit on a pedestal just to look at. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
because what value is in that?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when my man can come to me in conversation and say, this is what I got going on, and he trusts my feedback. He's coming to lean in on me because he knows that I give great advice and he can trust what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's,
That's
baby, that's a,
value.
listen,
That's value.
okay?
And you know what? You both kind of play off one another, right?
Absolutely.
So when someone asks you what you're bringing to the table,
Mm-hmm.
like legit, these are the things that need to
Right.
be on the table from both parties. Like, I can't just
Correct.
be bringing stuff to the table. We both need to be filling that table
Because
with
don't
things.
nobody want a one-sided anything.
I mean,
Like one-sided for who?
yeah.
For what?
Yeah. And
It's
so
draining.
it is draining, and I find a lot of the response to what these these men are asking these women is like, I make a house a home, which is true. Women do that. They're supposed to be your piece when you come there,
But let's
right?
be honest.
But
Let's stop naming basic stuff.
yeah,
Because
absolutely.
it's basic. I
That's
cook,
what's
I
supposed
clean.
to
It's so
that's supposed
basic.
to
You're
happen.
supposed. Thank you.
That's supposed to happen.
It's a
Cooking,
natural.
I don't know.
Well,
I
it
can't.
comes natural for some people, but to
Yes.
boost as if it's something that's out of the ordinary
Or
is
only you can
wild.
do.
Right.
Right?
It's
And so
wild.
that's why they can retort with, oh, well, I can get it made. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So being his piece, being, the person that makes a house a
Ooh.
home, all that kind of stuff, that's what's
Yeah.
supposed to happen, right?
Let's
But what else?
rewind on that. So being his piece. Now I think that I'm on two sides of the fence with
Yeah.
it, right? Because what I want people to understand is before anybody else can be your piece, you have to have your own piece.
Correct.
You
Absolutely.
know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Never allow somebody to come into your life and disrupt it, but then require for you to be their piece.
Right. But I also feel like you do have peace, right? Or if you are working on your spiritual journey and your spiritual and mental health, right?
Yes.
But also when you go into a space, it can be very disruptive.
Very
and
true.
a lot of times when people are home or if they don't have too much going on, they want to cause something. And so you go home after a long day, son, like, we don't need to do all that.
We don't.
We need to talk about our days. We need to plan for whatever, and we need to love on one another.
That
I don't want to
part.
come to the arguing and finding an
definitely don't
issue
want
with
to.
everything. So when I say be
Ooh.
somebody peace, that's what I mean. Like peace in the space.
And that is important. And I think that's another characteristic of a high value man. How do you handle conflict?
Yes.
Because I think it is so very important to see a man when things are going wrong, to see how he handles himself in any situation.
Yeah.
Because when things are going good, everything is going to look good.
Yeah, for everybody.
For everyone.
Yeah.
But how do you handle yourself in conflict? And men, this goes to you as well. Like, observe a woman when things are going wrong.
Yeah.
To see how she handles conflict. Because that's a telltale sign.
Absolutely.
It's a telltale sign.
Absolutely. I also want you to observe your partner when they don't want to have sex with you.
Okay, we went there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Just carve out a time. You don't need to make no announcements or nothing. I just don't want to. Now
Right.
what? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
because
right.
there will become times in life when you literally just can't. Right? And so what you going to do? Go to somebody else? Or you
Ooh.
going to deal with it in a way that you can deal with it? Whether that be abstaining or helping yourself come to whatever relief you need to. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think that we are such a physical society and such a sexualized society that people cannot find peace within themselves, right? And so when you find any opposition from your partner, whether it be them just saying no to anything in life, something that you want to do, they don't want to do, sex, money, whatever. So what would your alternative be? You know what I mean?
Right.
So just finding, again, how your partner reacts to situations that they can't control.
Right.
Is super important. And that tells you their character.
It definitely tells you their character, for sure.
So how do we help, redefine these roles? Because we're looking for high value men, but we also want high value women as well.
Oh, for sure.
So what does a high value woman look like?
Ooh.
Right?
So, a high value woman is a woman of substance.
Yes.
A woman of quality. I mean, it really is vice versa for the two. A high value woman is someone who can multiply everything that they touch.
Yeah.
someone who sits in their creativity
Yeah.
and can come up with ideas. And also, I think a high value, and you may roll your eyes at this one, a
Uh-oh.
high value woman is a nurturer. I knew she was going to roll her eyes. So,
Nurturer in what way?
in every way.
Okay.
So, even when you think that as a woman, you may not be as nurturing, but when you can nurture people in a way to make them feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
When you are the type of person, like when you come around and people feel good that you're in the space,
Yeah.
because you add value to the space no matter where you go,
Yeah.
I feel like that's nurturing.
Okay, yeah, I can get with that. I'll take my eye rolls back.
So in a sense of just when people come
Yeah.
across you, it's a feel good moment for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. And I also, I'm big on nonconformity, right?
Absolutely.
And having blurred lines between gender roles and things like that. I also think it's important for high quality women and men to be able to be soft. You know?
Yeah.
Right. Because I think it's important for women to be strong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, just fill in the gaps where somebody may be lacking. And so to be able to be flexible,
Yes.
I think is a great quality in both aspects, because I don't want a man that's hard all the time. Like,
for sure.
Who are you talking to and why? Like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I do want a man that's soft in instances where I may need that, or I can be.
It's a balance.
Absolutely.
It's a balance for sure.
Absolutely.
And I think redefining, honestly, what hard or soft really is.
Yeah.
Because I think that sometimes people think being vulnerable is soft.
Mm-hmm.
I think being vulnerable is strong.
Yeah.
It's one of the best qualities that you can have about yourself.
Yeah.
Is that you are free to be. I think being authentic is strong.
Absolutely.
I think there is no better or greater power than being completely who you are.
Yeah.
Without judgment, without care of judgment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's important to be authentic in relationship.
For sure.
And I think it's also important to be authentic, but being able to learn and change.
Absolutely.
Right?
Being open.
Absolutely. Because
sure.
if we think about relationships, you really don't get into real relationships until you're in your late 20s or 30s, right? Because you don't even know who you are.
True.
And so at that time, you have 30 plus years of being you. Right. And now you're trying to merge that with somebody else. So just being able to be who you really are, but being able to change for that person's needs. Yeah. Now, you shouldn't completely change yourself.
The change is always growth.
Right. Not losing.
Not losing.
Right.
And it's okay to lose who you were to become who you want to become.
Right.
Don't get attached to the word.
Right. Get the message.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that it's important for us to have that balance and be able to play that tennis,
Agreed.
if you will,
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah.
So crazy. You're able to have like thoughtful conversations about trivial topics, because I feel like this is so silly, but it's important, you know? And I think it's important to see the other side. So what's a low value woman?
A woman with a lot of expectations.
I didn't expect that. What does that even mean?
Just a lot of expectations that she can't even meet herself. And just in general.
Yeah.
Because why do you even have expectations for someone else?
Yeah.
When you have expectations for other people, anyone outside of yourself, you're setting a person up to fail.
Yeah.
You're setting them up.
Yeah.
Just let somebody be. Because they're going to show you who they are.
Yeah.
Then it's up to you to choose if that's who you want to be with.
Right.
You know what I mean? But to throw your expectations onto someone else is very low value to me. And there's a difference between having expectations and having standards.
Oh,
don't get the two, don't get the two mixed. I'm going to have my standards and I'm going to stand on my standards and my boundaries.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to expect it out of everyone.
Yeah.
I'm not going to expect it out of anyone. I'm going to watch how you are when you're around me. And if at any moment you give me a reason to think that who you are conflicts with my morals, my values, and my boundaries, then I have the choice to say, I'm going to stay or I'm going to go.
Yeah.
And for me, in my eyes, we going to go.
Absolutely. Yes, to go. That's good.
So, yeah, what about you, Stephanie? What's a low value
A
woman?
low value woman is an unhealed woman, you know?
Ooh, nah,
Yeah.
Stephanie about to make the girlies real upset now.
I am.
Ooh, baby, because she said what she said.
And I ain't taking it back.
Okay.
So,
an unhealed woman who
yes.
is not on their journey of healing.
Correct.
All right.
Correct. But also, I think we're always on a journey to heal, right? So,
hopefully.
So if you haven't taken that step to start, or if you're very early in the journey, I don't feel like you should be in a relationship. Because you don't even know who you are, right? And so to be unhealed, you don't really even know your value. So you think all you have is your body, or all you have is just your womanhood or your femininity, whatever.
Yes.
That's not all you have to offer.
That's not all you have to offer.
And so until you know you,
yes,
what can you give?
Listen, this is very true, right? I've been that girl. I would never sit on any stage, on any couch and say that I haven't, right?
Yeah.
But devaluing myself because I don't know who I am and what I bring, not to a table, but to this world.
Yes. That part.
But then when you start the journey of healing and you start the journey of self-love, baby girl, let me tell you, you show up for yourself in a different way.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I would never allow somebody to ask me what I bring to the table. Sir, do you know what I bring to the world?
Right.
Do you know the change that God has for me to help other people?
Yeah.
Do you know the legacy that I want to leave with my family? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would agree with you wholeheartedly on that one. Knowing who you are is very important.
It's super important. And I say to not be in a relationship at that time because whoever you're in a relationship with, they know that brokenness. And they will not allow you to heal.
Listen.
You know, because you'll get the consistent, what do you mean? Why are you acting like that? What are you talking about? They're expecting that brokenness. And so when you start to love on yourself, you're not going to accept the shit that they've been throwing at you.
That part.
And you're going to want to get out, but it's going to be so hard because you love them and you built whatever together. No, bro. Heal yourself.
Absolutely.
Or even start working on that to kind of figure out who you are and then get in a relationship.
Yeah. And what's interesting is that I feel like I see so many people go through life who just don't get it.
Yeah.
Who just don't get it.
Yeah.
And from the outside, you can always tell somebody how powerful or strong or beautiful that they are. But a person has to be on the court.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I can't be on the sidelines, in the benches, trenches, telling you, oh, you're amazing. If you're on a court, you have to believe it for yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Take the shot.
Take the shot.
Yes.
Okay? Yes. Take the shot.
Yes. Yes.
So I think that it is important, and that's why creating spaces like this is important.
Yeah.
Because it's so needed. It's so needed for us and for the younger generation that's coming up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah.
I want the people to tell us, what do y'all think is a low value man?
In the comments. Okay.
Yeah. Let us know. Yes. One thing from a man and one thing from a woman, and let's compare the comments and see.
Absolutely.
So we've had a good discussion so far.
Absolutely.
And I want to talk a little bit about what that looks like together. Now you found your person. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about this concept of 50-50 relationship. What are your thoughts? Don't give him the eye roll so early.
I didn't know.
What are your thoughts on that?
I have none.
Okay.
I
have lots. I think it's trash.
Yeah, I mean that's why
absolute trash. I think we put a lot of emphasis on what people can do for you, and I think that that's the problem with relationships.
Agreed.
Yeah, like why are you in a relationship if you only want somebody to do something for you?
Why do you have a roommate?
Hello, that part. Why are you paying half my rent? Half the utilities. What are we doing?
You know, I think because of inflation, that's why a lot of people are getting in relationships, just to cut down on the cost of life.
You're hilarious. Must be, because if you really cared about somebody, I think it should be 100, 100, 110 even, right? And if your main goal, I used to tell my husband this all the time, like, if you're completely focused on me and I'm completely focused on you, we'll never lack, right?
Listen.
Because you're always considering me and I'm always considering you.
And that's the most important part.
Absolutely. And then when it comes down to bills, listen, we do what we can do, right? And so, well, I don't have much input there, but like, you know, in relationships, people do what they can do. I don't know if it's like a 50-50 thing.
It's like this. If you as a man cannot be one of the basic qualities of a man, which is a protector and a provider, if you can't do that, then you shouldn't be dating. Just like if a woman or man isn't healed, you shouldn't be dating. And a woman, if you can't take care of yourself, you shouldn't be dating. Because now you are searching to be in a relationship and just going for something for someone to take care of you, right?
Yeah.
Which is for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And then as a man, because of our society and the way that men are looked at, if you know in your heart that you want to have a certain life in order to provide for your family, if you're not at that level with that life, what are you out here doing?
Yeah. That's weird because I completely disagree.
Okay.
So it's weird, right? So I disagree in theory.
Okay.
But I can't say from experience, right?
Okay.
Because that is my life, just keeping it 100. He pays everything, and I just do like vacations.
So she disagrees in theory, but this is her life.
Right. I disagree in theory because I say, like, if someone has done the work, right, on themselves, and we're here to be with companions, and just because he can't in this society, especially in like a city like New York, what are you paying for? You know what I'm saying? And so in situations like that, how do you say that he shouldn't date if he can't take care of a...
If you're a man and you're asking for a woman to go 50-50 on a date, you shouldn't be dating.
Not on a date. You said a provider. I mean, like at a house.
So even at the basic level of, if you cannot provide for your, this is not even talking about marriage. This is the dating. I'm taking someone serious to get into a relationship.
Yeah.
If you, being in a relationship is expensive for a man, period. That is a fact. Right? If you are not there to take on the responsibility of another person, then you shouldn't do it. Because in the dating phase, whether you agree or disagree in theory, you're not paying for anything in the dating phase as much as the man is.
Correct. No, that I completely agree with. I thought you meant like when we talk about splitting everything, like if it comes to a home, like he's paying for everything. I don't think that you should not date if you can't afford to take care of a whole person.
Okay, so we still disagree. Yeah.
Okay.
If you cannot afford to have another person come into your life, you should not date, because then it's going to be a struggle, or then somebody is going to have resentment. Maybe because you want a certain type of woman, but she wants a certain type of lifestyle.
Right.
And if you're not able to afford that lifestyle, then what's the point of dating? You know what I mean? Because nobody wants to date down. Men and women both want to date up.
Right.
We want the prize. Everybody wants to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with that, with wanting quality people who want quality life, if you are not there yet, then you should be focusing on you and getting to where it is you want to be.
That's so crazy.
Yes, that's how
I disagree. I'm so happy. I get so happy in these moments because we are usually like, la, 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 la. So I'm so excited about this because I think that that's crazy that you should be alone because you can't afford to add somebody to your life.
That's the same as saying you should be alone because you're unhealed.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not. Literally, like a 1-bedroom apartment versus having like a 2 or 3 bedroom could be like a significant difference.
Yeah, but where are we getting with the apartments?
This is what I'm saying. So like if he can't afford to level up, because if you have a person, you should at least have 2 bedrooms. I don't care if it's just y'all. So if you can't afford that, then you shouldn't be like have a companion.
Let me tell you something, okay?
That's crazy.
Men out here who are not ready for the responsibility of being in a real relationship, or taking things from dating to an actual status, they do it for a reason, right? And what they're doing right now is they fucking on a bunch of people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what would happen if you tell them they shouldn't have a companion because they can't take care of a person.
Then let it happen. As a woman, you should be able to keep your legs closed.
That's true.
I mean,
I think my advice would be to scale back, maybe. Okay, get a studio apartment, but you should not fall in love or find your person because you can't take care of a whole person. Because the thing of it is, right, when you get in a relationship, I think if we go back to qualities and values, I think that you should be able to inspire your person. You should be able to level your person up, right? Both
For sure.
ways.
But if you're not in a position to level yourself up, how would you be able to level someone else up?
When you
make it make sense.
When you come together as a team,
so you're starting to describe 50-50, Stephanie.
No. Okay. When you come together as a team, right?
Okay.
You start to inspire one another.
Okay.
Right? Just by how you are, just in essence, right? Okay. And then you also say, you know what? I see this in you. So you start to pour into one another.
Okay.
And then y'all level up and your expectations grow, your motivation is different because now you have somebody in your corner, your cheerleader is there, all that kind of stuff. And she already knows there's no gender associated to either of those roles, but and so you grow. It can be very difficult.
I hear your dream worlds.
Yes.
And I respect them. Yeah, I mean, we're on two different sides of the fence here. In dating, it's an expensive hobby.
Okay, on a date, if we're talking about a date specifically.
You got to get through the dating phase to get to the relationship, to get to the marriage. We can't skip.
But you said that if you can't take care of a person, you shouldn't even date.
I'm talking about in dating, Stephanie.
Yes.
When you are dating someone and first of all, we're not going on that many dates before I require you to let me know whether this is going somewhere or not. Correct. Into a relationship, correct. Right? The dating phase, unfortunately, is impress. Let's just be real about the society and the world that we live in, yes. Right? We now have conversations on social media about if women go on a date, the man should be paying $200 or more, right? So that's
crazy to me.
Right, but let's just think about it, right?
Yes.
First of all, we go out a lot, yes. And we know what the bill is for us, and yes. We ain't dating.
Right.
So just imagine, right? You the man, and I'm the woman.
Yeah.
And we go on the type of dates that me and you go on when we just hanging out as friends.
Yeah.
How many of those you think that man gonna be? That's a lot. So if you cannot afford it, if it hurts you, if it's taken into your savings account, if it's cutting into the things that should be at the top of your list to live,
yeah.
You should not be dating, because then you're stressing yourself out.
Right.
You're trying to figure it out. Now right. You're getting resentment, and you come into the mindset, oh, all she wants is money. No, you just wasn't ready for that type of woman.
Right.
You weren't ready.
So I think it goes back to having boundaries. See, this is so crazy how
all of our things are
full circle. All of our things are full circle, yeah. Right? And so I think that it's important to know yourself, right?
For sure.
To know where you are and be secure in yourself. Because if you are a man that cannot afford the dates that me and my friends go on, then you need to let that woman know that you're interested in what it is, right? So communication. So if you can't afford this, we're going to go on different types of dates. And if you don't want to go on the types of dates that I can afford, you're not the woman for me. Or you're not the man for me. You know what I'm saying? And if I can't afford, as a woman, to pick up a tab, then I shouldn't be requiring you to take me to those places.
That part, though.
You know what I mean? This is not a trial run.
It's definitely not. So, and then that's the thing. You know what's very interesting, and I think that I've thought about it in my own dating life. As crazy as this sounds, I really don't even want the first couple of dates to be dates. I don't even want you to date me. I don't.
What you want, Ebony?
I really want to see if I can be your friend.
Okay. What does that even look like?
It looks like, can we talk? Can we hold a conversation?
Yeah.
Can we hold a conversation about anything?
Mm-hmm.
Can we really spend time together without doing anything and still enjoy each other's company?
Yeah.
Are we on the same? Because, and let me tell you why though. But first, are we on the same page about the things that we want in life?
Mm-hmm.
Right? When there are a lot of dates involved, whether he has money or he doesn't, right? It's to impress you.
Yeah.
They're going to show up big, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then my expectation is that you're going to keep that going.
Right.
Right? Then we losing the getting to know you part. Now we jumping into relationships where we really didn't take the time out to understand who we are to each other and what we want in life. Now we in a relationship, you done proposed to me, and while we got married and we done had a child, and we're just having a conversation about what it is to be a parent in this marriage, or what it is that our lives looks like. You know what I mean? Like, we skip so many steps just to be with people.
Yeah.
Just to have a companion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the communication stops.
Yeah.
I don't need you to impress me.
Yeah.
I don't need it. I eat all the time. I do not need a dinner date.
So where are you having
I
these
want one, but I don't need one.
Where are you having these conversations?
At the park. I work out.
This is what I'm saying.
I work out.
Let's
go to the gym. Let's go to Stone Mountain. Let's do some outside.
Yes.
First of all, I like plants. I'm just getting into gardening. Take a class with me. I just started salsa dancing and ballroom dancing classes. Let's do something we've both never done before.
Yeah.
That's
a date.
Not to let me tell you something. To me, to us,
to
women of substance.
Yes.
Not to society.
Got you. Okay. I'm on the same page. I'm on the same page with you. So that's exactly what I mean by a man who knows himself and what he can and can't afford, and to see, if she's willing to do the things that he can afford and that he likes to do.
Right.
Because if you don't have anything in common, what are we even talking about? She might look good, but if y'all don't agree on nothing.
But you doing so much impressing, and she's just so mesmerized by what you're doing for her that you don't even know that outside all the BS and all the superficial activity, you have nothing in common.
Nothing. That is the worst feeling, to find that out when it's too late.
When it's too late, girl. First and foremost.
And it's even right. And it's even worse too, right? You talk about something that's just so mind-blowing and deep, right? So if she's never experienced those things, right, those nice dinners, like,
you'll have her wrapped around.
Yes, but then she continues to expect those, because now she's never had that before, and you've opened her eyes to things, and now you're just gonna stop.
But even if she has had the things before, one of the things that, and I tell you this all the time, I can't stand, what do I say? It starts to make me itch. Basic conversation.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean? Like, even if she has had those things before, when you set the expectation, you are setting a standard for someone, right?
And you setting it for yourself. How dare you go beyond your means?
Stop showing up being inauthentic.
Yes. Faking the funk.
Stop showing up inauthentic.
Fugazi. Denzelli. What else can I say?
Denzelli is crazy. Listen, it's like, if that's not what you plan to do throughout the duration of you all's existence of knowing each other, don't show up that way.
Yeah.
It's always levels to it. Find out if the person is right for you.
Yeah.
Then when you know, okay, this is a person of substance, this is a person of quality, this is a person that can potentially be a husband or a wife. Not knowing yet if that's my husband or wife, you know what I mean? But this person has potential to be, you know what I mean? Then you start doing those things to see, you know what I mean? Because you want to give, but giving and giving and giving and trying to impress people so early, it really be giving what you hiding.
Right. And
it really be giving what you covering up.
What are you covering up?
Listen.
And then don't come and say that, all women want is money, or all men ain't shit. And
when
all
you
this
show
other kind
up
of stuff.
that way.
Correct.
Because all you're really doing is leaning into the hurt that you have not healed yet. Listen.
People don't know what they do to themselves. Like, You did it
You
to
attract,
yourself.
because that's all you kept calling out. You kept saying, God, God, God. Women ain't this. Women ain't that. Women only want this. Women only want that. And you keep putting that same story out into the universe, and you just getting back what you keep putting out.
Yep.
Change it up. Go get a therapist.
Go do something.
Go do something. We got journals.
Right. Go write something. So how should, again, people approach these situations? So in your instance, right, when is the right time to start looking for someone, and how do people show up?
So I am in a space where my advice would be, don't go looking. Don't go looking.
Yeah.
Because when you are on the right path and track and walking in your purpose and all those things and doing what you love and you're happy and all of this stuff, you're attracting.
Yeah.
Meaning you are going to places where who you are is a mirror. And the people that come into your existence, into your space, they are mirroring. I don't know why my words don't want to come out today. They're mirroring you, who you are, right? So don't go look, because what you looking for?
Right.
Don't go look. Just be who you are and attract the right type of people.
Yeah.
That's the first step for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What about for you?
So I think that when it comes to relationships and finding your person, I do agree that when you are being who you are, people will like that thing,
They
right?
will like that thing.
So if you're showing up, if you're being your representative, they're going to like that thing. So you're going to have to continue that act until, you don't want that person around, because that's who they want.
How hard?
It's super hard.
How hard is that?
Hard on both ends of the spectrum, right? You can't always keep spending, and you ain't going to always want to dress like that or keep doing for a person who ain't shit, right?
Please.
So when you be true to who you are, you will attract people. But also be mindful of who you're attracting, right? Because when you're happy, you attract so many people.
You do.
Some people want to drain you.
Listen.
And some people want to match you.
Yeah. Always ask whoever it is you pray to, right? Always ask for discernment.
Absolutely.
Always ask for discernment.
Yeah.
And I think you'll attract a lot of people, but when you are in a good space, in a good place, in a moment, you will have discernment to know at a certain point. Because the one thing about happy people and people of quality is that we have big hearts.
Yes.
I'm only going to allow you to do as much as I'm going to allow you to do.
Period. That's it.
And at a certain point, I'm just watching and I'm observing. Now, I'm going to warn you 1 or 2 good times.
Yeah.
You will never get more than 1 or 2 good warnings about however your actions have influenced me or upset me or made me feel.
Yeah.
You only get 2 warnings.
Yeah.
Right? And when I mean warnings, I don't mean that in like a bad way. It's you get 2 times for communication about how your energy affected me.
Yes.
Right? And you only have 1 or 2 things to do after that communication. Either you change it because you are considering me and the things that I told you, or you're going to continue to do you.
Correct.
And at that point, I then have discernment to choose if I want to allow you in my life or no longer allow you in my life.
Yeah.
The choice is always ours, whether we want to acknowledge it or not.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
And we just have to not be afraid. And I just want people to, if you listen to nothing else that I've said or will say, just take your time.
Yeah.
Like, it's wonderful to be by yourself.
It is. Enjoy it. Because if you can't enjoy you, how's somebody else going to enjoy you?
I mean, you'll find you'll find that when you are okay with being by yourself, then you'll make better choices because you don't care who comes and goes. You just want the right people to stay.
When you enjoy yourself, you just don't care. Nope. People will gravitate towards you because of you just being so you.
Yeah.
And it's beauty in that. Like,
just look at the ugly, quote unquote, ugly guy, right? If he's funny, the girls love him.
Listen.
Because it's just him.
It's just him.
So if you're happy and you'll be loved.
That's the best thing.
For you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think that was good.
Yeah.
That's a lot of tools in y'all toolbox this week.
Yeah. Are we not?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That one, I thought we was about to
No. So thank you for joining us. Learn how to be by yourselves. Love on yourself. Right?
Let's start that one. Learn how to be by yourself. The way she said it was correct.
I mean,
learn how to be by yourself.
Yes. Sure. Keep that, editor. No, but for real. Like, comment, subscribe on your thoughts about 50-50 relationships, your qualities, and low and high value women and men.
Yes.
And, love on yourself.
Absolutely.
Where can they find us, Ebony?
Listen, on every platform.
Everyone.
Okay. Talk, Heal, Evolve. Also, you can go to our website at talkhealevolve.com.
Yes.
We have so much in store for you guys. Don't forget to pick up your journals. Don't forget to check out the rest of our products.
Yes.
So excited about all of the challenges and things that we have coming up with our community.
Yes.
You can follow us on Instagram at Talk Heal Evolve, and individually you can follow me on Instagram at Chef Ebony, and that's Chef with an S, so SHEFEBONY. And Stephanie
at Aaron Olivia Designs, ARYN Olivia Designs, where we can help you with all your events.
Awesome. Until next time.
Yeah. Check us out.
Bye.
Level up.